starting to fall there on the field, so this could be a messy one. But we've had a week to wait, and look at this foot to the ball. That kick is up, and it is away and going to find its way back to the 1 yard line where it's grabbed to the 10, now 15. Spun out of a tackle and down, going to be dropped at the 24, so that's where the Cats will have it. First down and 10, again moving left to right. Well, this Ottawa team, they've got, I guess, a picnic area down onto that back end zone is where it's at. Good looking facilities here. Big Ouaz in the end zone. Settle in. Going to be a great night. Jatarius Johnson Joe will get the start in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, to the top, and it is a steady rain that is falling. Johnson will come in motion, so an empty backfield for Perkins, and it's going to be a quarterback draw. Perkins will take it up the middle to the 29-yard line, and Bryce gets 4 on the play to get things going. So keep an eye on the turf and the way it is. Cats are going hurry up, and you know that they will do that. 4-man front as they're looking for the run. Now they creep a linebacker in, does the Spirit. Perkins calls for the ball. Quick hitter again. And that's what you're going to find out of Ottawa, is that they are going to blitz. They're going to blitz, and they'll probably blitz some more after that. They like to come after you, so it's going to be on Bryce and company. That offensive line is going to have to just get a checkup and let those defenders, let the receivers get out just a little bit. 5 receiver set. There's motion to the far side. Another quick pass knocked down at the line, but it's caught actually out to the 34, 35-yard line. They'll give them the 37, and that's a Wildcat first down. Complete to Trace Williams. Trace Williams brings that in. He's out now at the wideout, and that's Joe out there with him. So you got Omar at the top. There's another quick slant and hit hard. We're looking for Trace again. And that's what the Wildcats are going to have to do tonight. They're not going to be able to dink and dunk because he just will not have that kind of time. But Coach Ben and Coach York and those offensive guys have designed that not only we're going to go tempo, but we're going to have to do it. So second down and 10, early on, 14 minutes. There's a little end around. EJ's got it. EJ coming to the near side, and that was read pretty well. There's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll put the Cats behind the sticks here. Third down and 12. Ball rests on the 35-yard line. Again, no score in this one early on, just 1 minute and 7 into it. 13:51 remaining in this broadcast. Looks like Butler has come in, and he is to the nearest side. It'll be offsides now. Free play coming. No, they will stop it. Good job of a hard count that by Perkins to get the Ottawa defense to step across. They're back looking at something, though, the officials trying to see if, hopefully didn't say that the Cats jumped. They are. They're going to say false start against the Wildcats, saying that that's what drew Ottawa off. And so where you were 3rd and 12 and you thought it was a tough playbook there, 3rd and 17 now. Ball all the way back to the LCU 30-yard line, have to get out to the 47 for the first down. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side. Snap is back. They fake the draw. Perkins is going to step up in the pocket. He's just trying to hold on, and he doesn't. He's going to go down in the middle of 3 guys that were there defensively. And it will be a sack officially recorded. We'll see where they mark him. If he is behind the 30, then it'll be a sack. If not, yeah, they do. They mark him all the way back to the 27-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 20. So officially give the sack there. And on to punt now for the Cats. So they got the first down, but went backwards after that. Running somebody on late and now off the field are the Wildcats. Snap is back. Punt is away. It's a good one. Back to the 32-yard line where it bounces around. Cats have an opportunity. That wet ball is out there, but it's going to be on the 30. And let me tell you, that's going to have a pretty good way of working its way into it. That you're going to have to keep an eye on that football tonight. as the turf has a shine to it, and that comes from that rain that is just sitting on it. Spirit will take over first down and 10 from their own 30-yard line, and this is a group that scores in bunches. They have all season long. Again, we told you they're scoring about 43 a game in Sooner Athletic Conference play, only giving up 10. Handoff there up the middle. Cats inside does a good job of coming up and playing that one. Reigning player of the week, Kylan Polk, is out there. 4 interceptions a week ago. He's going to need that again tonight. Second down and 8. 2-yard pickup. Moving right to left is Ottawa. Handoff up the middle once again. Helmet comes off of a receiver, and so he'll have to come off. And a penalty flag is going to come in late. And we'll see. It looks like they may call a hands to the face as they're running all the way in. That one came up by the back judge to the tail end of the play. 11:48 to go in the first quarter play. Personal foul, face mask against the defense. And boy, that is not at all what you needed getting the start in this one. All the way into Wildcat territory to the 49-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10. And you cannot and must not give this Ottawa team any help. They don't need it at all. Snap is back there. Now the first pass by the Spirit. Pressure coming. Going to step up, and looks like he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Had been in the backfield 7 or 8 yards. Good pressure defensively by the Cats. 11:29 in a scoreless first quarter. Clock runs there as that was not credited with a sack. Second down and 10 now. Back to the ground. There's going to be a penalty flag prior to the snap. That face mask was on David Voorhees. He's whistled there. And they're calling another penalty on the Cats in this one. Going to be offsides. Whistled there. So penalties starting to gain up. It's Luke Giron, Giron, that has been running the ball for Ottawa tonight. High snap, but gathered in off to the near side. And boy, good work by the Wildcats to come in there and make that play. Saw Oglesby that's in there. We'll see who else is on the tackle. He's got 2 or 3 tackles on the day. Kendall Rowan was credited on that quarterback hurry just a bit early. It was a loss of 2 yards on that. Giron, the quarterback. Giron back to pass now. He's going over the top with it and just over the head of the intended receiver. That was Marquise Reese that he was looking for, incomplete. Kendall Rowan back there defensively to pressure Giron into getting that away. And so surviving 20 yards in penalties were the Wildcats, and they're going to come out of there with a punt opportunity. Don't forget, if you're over there on YouTube, say hi to us. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Got a good group that is on there. Hit that like button and let us know what you're doing. Punt is away. Fair catch is called for, made at the 16-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will start things. That was a 6-play, 24-yard drive. The Jason Mendoza punt. Colin Cervoni called for the fair catch and made that one. And the Cats now will be back at it with 5 minutes gone in this one. 10:01 remaining. So just a tick shy of 5 minutes. And the Cats and the Spirit have each had a drive. See what the Wildcats are able to do. They come back at. Remember, you're going to see a lot of tempo. Trace Williams all the way to the near side, very close to the sideline. You got 2 receivers up to the top. Perkins calls for the ball. The handoff is up the middle. Spinning around and banging around is Johnson. Johnson picks up 5 yards on there. Ryan Guerrero credited with the tackle. The Cats will hurry to the line, 9:45. Again, they're going left to right. Ball rests at the 20-yard line. Quick pass out to the near side to Trace Williams. Incomplete. Mason Brubaker was back for Ottawa on defense. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Perkins and company will start this on the 22-yard line. Need to get something going here, if anything, just to get out to the middle of the field. Back to pass is Perkins. He's going to be pressured, and Perkins is going to be down again, dropped by LeBaron Kennedy Jr. LeBaron Kennedy Jr. officially credit a sack of 7 yards. So minus 2 yards on that drive for the Wildcats. 9:20 to go in the first. Ball sits on the 15-yard line, has to get out to the 27. But back on the heels of the end zone, set to punt is Baker. Got to be careful down here. Snap is back. It's a good one. Kick is away. It's high. And chases a return man back over his head. That ball is kicked around. Well, we'll see who falls on it. He picked up by Ottawa, but big time work there. And I'm telling you, special teams is paying dividends for the Wildcats tonight. 8:46 is where this Ottawa drive will start. 1st down and 10, and I mean, just booms that punt. We'll get an actual setup of how far it was, but it had to be about 50 yards as it was in the air. Boomed it and sent the return man back. And ball went on the ground, but was able to pick it up and just keep possession. Boy, that could have been a big turn of events. Wildcats in a 3-4 defense. More of a, I guess, a nickel. Handoff to the left side. Oh, what big work. Kendall Rowan coming up and making that stop in the backfield. That is a loss of 4 yards. Jordan Johnson, the ball carrier. Well, that's going to make it 2nd down and 14. 8:30, 8:29 and counting in this one. Ottawa back in the shadow of their own goal line. The ball rests on the 14-yard line. Jerron at quarterback is going to come up and talk around. He sends his motion man from left to right, or just flips him around. Jerron back to pass. It's going to keep it up the middle. Oh, he's got some room there too. Going to creep down past the line of scrimmage and get all the way out to the 24-yard line. Pickup of 10 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Again, no score early on in this one. We'll update that on our YouTube feed, but no score in this one. 7:43 remaining in the first. So halfway home in the first, no score, and the Cats have shown they've come to play. The rain has subsided, but it's still got a slick turf. Here comes motion. Jerron back to pass. Coming to the near side, Colin Polk is there to make the tackle. And, that's really close to the sticks. And they are going to move it. I mean, he needed 4 and got 4 1/4 is all that he got, but it is enough to move the sticks. And so the damage that was done on the punt, they've gotten out of it, has Ottawa. Ottawa moving right to left. If you know where the stadium is and how it works out, you've got the city view over their shoulders, over that scoreboard that's there, moving into where that picnic area is. Jerron back to pass. Here comes pressure. He's going to be dropped in the back by Jamarian Jackson. Big 99 paying dividends again for the Wildcats. And I'm going to tell you, whatever this Wildcat defense has worked on over the last week has been a carryover from the effort that they put up against Arkansas Baptist because the Cats are working hard. 2nd down and 13. Jerron back to pass now. He's being pressured once again, has to step up, and he's trying to get it all. Nearly intercepted, but going to just go a couple of yards over the head. That was intended for Matthew Hicks, and is incomplete. Will stop the clock with an even 6 minutes to go. 3rd down now and 13. Ottawa has to get to the 38-yard line. They had another big 3rd down play just a cycle ago that they completed down to the yard marker for the 1st. Back to pass. Needs something big here. Jerron over the top. That's Kylan Polk's got another one. Kylan Polk, the nation's leader in interceptions, has his 5th in 2 weeks, and that dude is playing football. The freshman out of Laurelville continuing to be big for this Wildcat defense. Just jumped up and got that one. Tackle made by Grant Fury on it, but the first turnover of the ball game goes to the nation's leading interception man, and that is 8 now for Kylan Polk. Big time work by the freshman out of Laurelville. Cats with a very short field now. Running off penalty before anything really gets going. Wildcats are going to be penalized for false start. Starting this drive on the 38-yard line. Boy, you've got to go out and make a statement on this. But now they'll be back from the 43. Trying our best to keep an eye on that YouTube chat. It says Guy Gallant is listening. Was the PA that worked there. Yep, retired and enjoying it. No score in this one. Cats go at 1st down and 15. Off to the left side and going to be stopped after a gain of maybe 1. But there is a flag on the far side as well. Detlin Cunningham with the carry. Looks like going to be a face mask. And if it is, that's going to put the Wildcats really close to the red zone. Got to be a 1st down. That is personal foul, face mask on that. It came at the end of the run. On Datelin. Datelin had 2 yards on the carry, 15 yards on the penalty. And that'll get it down to the 26-yard line where the Cats will have it 1st down and 10. 5:45 to go in the 1st quarter of play. Snap is back there. Perkins going over the top. Got a man just missed his receiver. Had a couple of steps on it, and that's what you're going to have to do. Clock stopped there with 5:36. This is where you certainly want to be able to take your shots, but any chance you get to establish the run down here just pays dividends later on in the game. 5:36 to go in the 1st quarter of play. Snap is back there. Datelin's got it. Datelin goes up the middle. He's going to have 5, 6, 7 on the carry. Well, it's going to be up 3rd down and manageable. Joe got the start. Jatarius Johnson did. And working his way down. Now Cats go hurry up again. Cunningham's got it. Cunningham off the left side is going to get, he's going to get 4 yards and pick up the 1st down. So the Cats inside the red zone, definitely they go Corey Ardrey with the tackle on there down to the 16-yard line. Cats will have it 1st and 10 inside the red zone. This Sooner Athletic Conference game is a big one. Cats trying to create a 3-way tie atop the leaderboard in this one on the final day of the regular season. Texas Wesleyan, the 1 loss, it comes at the hands of Ottawa. Cats' 1 loss comes at the hands of Texas Wesleyan. Back to pass, going over the top. Oh, looking at Omar, and Omar unable to get that one. And Defender Jesse Jackson played the sideline and the ball and able to knock that one away. 4:52 on the clock here, and that will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Joe back into the game at running back. Snap is there, handoff up the middle, diving through, and Johnson is going to pick up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Definitely in field goal range, but boy, you want to pay this off with a touchdown. This drive started with that Kylan Polk interception, his 5th in a couple of games. They're going to stop that, and it looks like it's going to be offsides. Boy, so you go from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 3 here in this one. And that just really changes things up in the playbook. Kenny White officially called for that. Again, Jatarius Johnson in there at running back. Perkins it looks over to the near side and says something to his receiver. 3rd down and 3. Handoff to Johnson. He's up the middle. Boy, he's got a chance. He's down inside the 2 to the 1. Down to the 1-yard line. Cats will have it 1st down and goal from the 1, and they go quickly to the line of scrimmage. Snap is back. Handoff left side. Waiting for a signal. Nope, going to stop him just shy of the goal line with 3:57 to go, and there's a penalty flag as they unstack the pile. And if that is against the Wildcats, that is brutal. That is one of those that are personal foul. There's 2 flags laying on the ground. We'll see. Won't benefit the Cats much as a half the distance penalty, but dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against LCU. Waiting to see if they'll offset it or something. They do not, and boy, the Cats had it. Gavin Lilly is going to be whistled for an unsportsmanlike conduct. So the Cats had it 1st and goal from the 1-yard line, or 2nd and goal following that one from the 1-yard line. Trying to get some clarification on it, but now the Cats have it 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line, and it's a brutal penalty there. Perkins over the pass into the corner of the end zone, and it's good. E.J. Scott, touchdown. Wildcats, touchdown, E.J. Scott. Boy, that was just a pretty pass. E.J. had a couple of yards on the defender, and that's just what you needed. So you give yourself a little bit of room. Yes, you'd have loved to have been there at 3rd down and 1, or 2nd down and 1, but got back the penalty yardage, so that one will go away. Wildcats strike first. They will have the lead in this one. Hilborn's PAT is up and into the Arizona night. It is good, 7-0. We'll be back audio-wise here following the break. Getting ready to tee things off here. Wildcat strike. They cap off let's see if we can, 7-play, 38-yard drive. Took them 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It got started from the 38-yard line by that interception, and if he's not a freshman All-American and a NAIA All-American, then they're missing out on Kylan Polk. He is just a ball hawk on there. Cats kick it off. 3:41 to go in the first period. That goes back into the end zone for a touchback, and Ottawa will have it 1st down and 10 from the 21-yard line. So again, looking at that, that was a 7-play, 38-yard drive. 2:15 off of the clock. That puts us at 3:41 to go here. Ottawa will start this one at the 25-yard line. First down and 10, 3:41. Snap is back to Jerron. Handoff there up the middle. Going to be 5 yards by Jalen McGee. Jalen McGee carries that out. Jordan Oglesby credited for that tackle. He's having himself a pretty good game already here. 3:25 and counting. Cats lead this one 7-0. They're stopping the clock momentarily. We'll see what they go in there and talk about. They'll put a little bit of time back on it, we believe. Pretty good first quarter here for the Wildcats. That's exactly how you wanted to start this. They've played well defensively. Colin Polk with the INT. But now you've got to build on that. You've got to stop that right here. Jerron, handoff to the left side, stopped in the backfield. Jonathan Moore-Leday and Isaiah Joels back there defensively to stop Jalen McGee, who loses 2 yards. Third down and money down for the Cats. They will try to get Ottawa off the field once again, and more of this game plan. Coach Moe and Coach Wood and these guys have done some good things scheming up. Watched a lot of film this week. Third down and 7. Cats showing pressure. Jerron back to pass. It is picked up well again. Trying to go over the top and nothing doing. The receiver actually falls down around the 37-yard line. Was intended for Marquise Reese. Clock stops with 2:29, and Cats will get it back here. And boy, they're playing inspired football as they come off. .221 remaining here. Correction. Yeah, 2:21 remaining in the first quarter. Ottawa back to punt this one away from the 27. That kick is high and up in the air, heading back. Bounces around, so not as high but short, but man, gets about a 15-yard roll inside the 30 to the 29, 28 officially. 44-yard punt by Jason Mendoza. And that's where the Wildcats will have it. Appreciate the folks that have jumped on to listen to the radio-style broadcast of it. Again, different ends of the field and what you're looking at. The dorm area down on the left end of it, the city view the other. If you get all the way to the end zone, it's kind of a picnic area. Bryce Perkins and company set to go to work. First down and 10, late substitution for Ottawa. Moving left to right in this one. Motion by Scott. They'll go to him and just over the hands, kind of set up a motion screen, if you will, wide receiver screen. That one falls incomplete. Perkins intended for EJ. Doesn't get that one to fall. Clock stops there with 2:12. Second down and 10. Cats lead this one 7-0. Handoff goes up the middle. That is Johnson. He's only going to get about a yard out to the 29-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 9. Clock continues to roll, getting near 2 minutes left in the first. Again, Cats 7, Spirit 0. Here comes motion once again. Play action. Perkins going for a lot of it down the field. Nearly intercepted. Braden Faber is there. That pass was intended for EJ once again, but that's a tough one down the sideline. It kind of floated that one. Looked like maybe needing to just get that stop route back in, but that is going to bring up a punting situation for the Wildcats. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Just 1 yard on that drive for LC. Snap is back. Kick is, well, that's a short one too, nearly blocked. Will bounce and check up and takes a good roll. Will roll down to the 30-yard line, and that's where Ottawa will take over once again. Ouaz, O-U-A-Z, Ottawa University of Arizona. The Spirit, S-P-I-R-I-T. "46 yards on that punt when all is said and done. 41 officially is what they'll give him. Looks like there's some discussion. They call holding on that one, so that's going to add 10 more yards onto it. And Ottawa will be starting down from their 20 once again with 1:35. Cats defense has been big. Oglesby has been there. Jamarian Jackson has been there. And, of course, Kylan Polk with his 5th interception in 2 weeks. His 8th overall, leads the country with 8 INTs. Of course, 4 of them in one game will go a long way for you. But the freshman from Laurelville has been the man. McGee in there at running back, and he gets it. He's going to pick up a couple yards before Kendall Rowan gets him. Second down and 8, 1:20 to go on the clock. Wildcats lead this one 7-0. Cats have looked sharp at times. They're battling the number 11 team in the country, going toe-to-toe with them. The one touchdown is that pass from Bryce Perkins, 16-yard pass from Bryce Perkins to EJ. Play action now, and they zip this one off to the far side. Tackle not made, and here comes a flag at the end of the play. I don't see anybody around the quarterback, but that's where it comes from. LC looks like maybe they're going to get whistled for roughing the passer, and they do. So it was complete to Grant Fury for 6 yards. There'll be 15 yards added to the end of it. Kylan Polk credited for the tackle, and Ottawa will have it out at the 43-yard line. 54 seconds remaining here in the first. LC on top, 7-0 over Ottawa. Defense has held in there pretty good. It's just been a difficult go of it, as this is a very potent Ottawa offense. Jerron back to pass, now pulls this one, dumps it over. Tremendous work on the side by BJ. Brandon Johnson II gets over there, and no gain. Pass was complete to Angel Olivas. No gain on the play. Clock down under 30 seconds. Ottawa not matching the tempo the Cats are. I think they like to play within their own. They're going to stop the clock, come in and see what's going on. Cats lead it again, 7-0. Ottawa going right to left on the dial. Just Cats about 20 seconds, maybe a play away from winning this quarter. You just have to continue to do that. You'll get yourself out of here with a win. Duran, high snap, but gathers it down. Quick throw over the middle. It is complete. Wow, that's going to be a pickup of 13 yards. BJ credited with the stop at the LCU 44-yard line. So Ottawa back into LC territory. Snap is there. Again, Duran's going to take it himself and be dropped for just a yard gain. We'll look at some of the first quarter stats with you when they have that. We'll step away. Second quarter coming when we come back. Get back going here in the second. Ottawa now will be going left to right following the switching of fields. Cats leave this one 7-0. Jerron back to pass on 2nd and 9. He's just going to take off running. Somebody's got to come up and get him. 10-yard, 12, 13. Colin Polk will bring him down at the 30-yard line. Polk is there. A lot of folks active on YouTube tonight, and we appreciate that. Go ahead and hit that like button if you would. A lot of commenting going on over there, and yes, we understand we're a little bit behind. Once the broadcast gets out, it happens that way. We're about a minute behind, so nobody give anything away if you're typing into the comments there. Snap is back, handoff up the middle. No, actually, that's a play action. Boy, he's going deep for it. Nearly picked off, knocked away that time. He was heading intended for Marquise Reese. Again, he's been looking for Reese the entire time. 14:23 to go until halftime. Just early on in the second. 2nd down and 10. Ball rests at the 29-yard line of LCU. Ottawa, their best drive of the game. Jerron calls for the ball. Handoff goes up the middle. Banging around is Jalen McGee. He'll pick up 5 yards on it. Jonathan Moore-Leday on the tackle. Another big 3rd down opportunity. 3rd down and 5. Cats need a stop here. Oh, and they jump offside. That's going to be a free 1st down for Ottawa, and that'll give them a 1st down. And that's not how you cannot, that's, what is that, 25, 30 plus yards in penalties in this one, and that's going to get it down to the 19-yard line. So inside the red zone for the first time tonight is Ottawa. Spirit will see 1st down and 10. McGee, the lone running back in the backfield with Jerron. Jerron calls for the ball. It's a high snap, but controlled there. Just a couple of yards up the middle. Joels is there to make the stop. Isaiah comes up and takes care of business there. 2nd down and 8 from the 17-yard line. Ottawa taking some time. 13:31. They're looking in a little longer to the near sideline. Step back. 2nd and 8. Clock continues running. Look, they're going to call a timeout. The coach from the near side calls that timeout. So Ottawa, timeout, 2nd and 8, 13:18 to go. From the 17-yard line goes Ottawa when we come back. Back to work we go here. Colin Polk, the interception that led to the Wildcats touchdown. Also the leader in tackles. Yeah, he's everywhere in this one. There's no doubt about it. There they go. So if we've got 60 watching just on the YouTube side of it at any one time, we need to get over there and hit that thumbs up for us and get that going, and let us have a comment of where you're from and who you're looking for tonight, who you're watching. Jerron calls for the ball there. Quick hitter over to the near side is complete to the 10. Going to be taken down at the 9-yard line. That is Angel Ouaz. Polk again with the tackle there. This so far is a 10-play, 72-yard drive. 1st down and 10 for Ottawa. 1st and goal, correction. 1st down and goal. Ball rests at the 8-yard line, 12:44 and counting. See on that big jumbo scoreboard back in the back corner. Jerron will bring a man in motion. Handoff is going to go to McGee, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss. That's Kendall Rowan again. We have called his name a lot tonight. Kendall Rowan active in the Ottawa backfield. That's going to bring up a loss of 4. Make it 2nd down and goal from the 12. Ottawa clearly in field goal range, but certainly want to get the equalizer on the board. They've had this thing almost 4 minutes on this drive. Seems a little longer than that with the timeout that's in there. Jerron going to pull that one. He's going to Hicks once again. BJ back there in coverage knocks that one away, and he's been active defensively. These corners and safeties have played well tonight for Louisiana Christian. Third down and a goal from the 12-yard line. Ottawa brings a different set of receivers. Now they've got 4 wideouts on the field. Well, we told you on that play earlier, Kendall Rowan just active in the backfield. This D-line is playing pretty well. 11:57 to go. Back to passes, Jerron. Here comes Rowan again. He's going to come back and get a sack from behind that time. Loss of a yard. 2 yards officially on it. And so good work on this last series, and that is going to bring the field goal unit out for Ottawa. With 11:35 to go, LC leading this one 7-0. And Ottawa trying to get on the board. Eric Klein in to attempt what is a 30-yarder. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is into the Arizona night. That one is good. 7-3, 11:15 to go in this one. Officially 11:14 to go here until halftime. Cats lead at 7-3. Let's jump over there and take a look at what's going on. That Cat defense has come to play. There's no doubt about it. Holding to that field goal was huge. Cameron Frederick is in there, and he says, yep, hold the field goal. That's right. Yep, we would have liked the interception in it, but we certainly will take that. A lot of folks on and active tonight, enjoying this Saturday night with us. Cats are feeling something special tonight. Just have to keep doing what they are doing. I'm Doug Gamble with 446 Sports, and followed the Cats all season long. And man, this is one of those good ones. The rain, of course, that was early on has stopped. Kick is away, and it's going to be taken in at the 4-yard line. Out to the 20, down the sideline, 25-30. Now continues to run and going to be driven out of bounds at the 40-yard line. See if we can get the number on who that was. Boy, just this is that time. If the Cats can go down and answer that point, well, it gives you momentum. Plus, it just gives you the opportunity to just say, hey, you know what? We weren't just a first quarter team in this. We're out here to play. They will mark the ball at the 45-yard line is where the Cats will take it. Still trying to work on getting a number. We'll wait and get the stat. The officials holding up play here momentarily. Yeah, that was Walden, we thought. 37-yard return. Maycock and Anderson on the stop. The Cats will have it from there at the 40-yard line. 37-yard return by Darrell Walden. And it's all for naught, as looks like offsides. They're calling offsides on, that signal was offsides LCU. That doesn't make any sense. But needless to say, they're going to re-kick it. But they're back and kicking from the 40-yard line again. Normally kick off from the 35. They've got offsides on LCU. And I don't know that I've ever seen offsides on the kick return team been whistled. But what do? Spoils a good return by Darrell Walden. Walden back there, he is on the far side. So Mendoza will get an extra 5 yards. And both of his kickoffs so far have been to about the 2-yard line. We'll see with this extra 5 yards if he's able to kick that away. So this 5-yard penalty, we'll see what it equates to. The Wildcats had it at the 40. Anything off of that is what we think the penalty yardage should be. Kick is away, and it's going to find its way into the end zone over the head of Walden for a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. So what effectively is a 20-yard penalty there. Cats had it 40. They'll start now at the 20, so a net minus 20 on that penalty. Officially, it'll show up as a 5-yard one. But again, the Cats and company come out. Bryce Perkins and that group will move right to left. They lead it 7-3, 11:06 to go here until the break. Cats in the white shirts, white jerseys, orange helmets, orange pants. White pants and the burgundy jerseys. Johnson in there at running back. Snap is back to Perkins, and Joe does get it. Joe banging around the middle, picks up 3. We'll see what they give him out to the 20. Give him out to the 29-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down at 6, 4 yards officially. Back to pass now is Perkins. He's rolling. He's being pressured, dumps it off. EJ's got it. EJ comes in and grabs that one. Toe taps, gets a foot down before he goes out of bounds. Boy, Mike Powell was pressuring Perkins pretty well. Say that 3 times fast. But 1st and 10 for the Cats, 10:25 and counting here, moving right to left, going towards that picnic area if you're familiar with it. Johnson's going to get it off the left side. He bangs forward for a couple. They get him out to the 42-yard line. And the Cats now will have it 2nd down, and they give him 1 yard, so out to the 37. Motion to the far side. There's going to be a quick throw. Oh, nearly intercepted, complete. Boy, that could have been dangerous. They jumped that screen route, that wide receiver screen that is going to be complete to EJ, but a loss of a yard. So it'll be 3rd down and 10, but dangerously close to going the distance. That might be something that you watch later, some sort of a pump fake and taking a shot down the field at one. But again, we told you that relentless pressure of this Ottawa defense. X comes to the near side along with E.J. Scott. Omar Davis, the lone receiver, he has got his man backed off of him a little bit, as everybody does. Play action, Joe is going looking for Davis. It's complete. Oh, let's see where they mark it. He turned and went back. They're going to mark him about a yard shy, but I got to believe that Coach Ben and company will go for it here. We'll see. It's going to be 4th down and a yard to go. 9:15 and counting as they marked him out of bounds, but they keep the clock running, so he's back in. 7-3, LC leads this one. And this is, boy, dare I say, about the time Cats got into trouble out there in Fort Worth in that one. Offside's going to be called, and that's going to be a free 5 and an automatic 1st down for the Wildcats. So the heck with a play call. Let's go hard count them and get the 1st, and they do that. Good looking drive for LCU following that field goal that cut the lead to 7-3. LCU leads this one, 8:50 to go. Automatic 1st down, or not automatic, but a 1st down as a result of the yardage. Cats have it from dead on midfield. Johnson in the backfield, and he gets it. Handoff is right up the middle, carrying Spirit defenders for a pickup of 2. And a pickup of 7 down to the 43-yard line is where he'll go. Ryan Guerrero on the tackle for Ottawa. Cats go tempo again. Play action. Perkins looking to go over the top. He's got to roll around. Now he has to go to the other side. That one is just thrown away. I think when Perkins gets outside of the pocket, there's a penalty flag that's down on the far sideline near where potential holding or pass interference could be called. Ottawa making a lot of mistakes tonight. We'll see what this one is. Yeah, that's defensive holding is what the call is going to be there. So that's going to be another first down. Pass was intended for Omar. Holding was on Braden Robinson. That's a 10-yard penalty down to the 33-yard line. Butler, the lone receiver to the near side. Two receivers to the top. That's EJ and Omar. Play action there once again. Has to duck under one, and they'll dump it off. But boy, Perkins just survived that one. He was pressured by LeBaron Kennedy Jr., and Kennedy Jr. was back in the backfield quickly. Bryce had to duck under the defender that was coming in and got that one. Cats back, 33-yard line. Bryce Perkins again, play action. He's chased again. Oh, he's got a wide open E.J. Scott. E.J.'s got it into the end zone. Touchdown, E.J. Scott. Touchdown, Wildcats. Boy, that was a big-time play there. I don't know how that coverage got busted. When Bryce had the play action, the receiver bit on the upper route. And we told you earlier that they were jumping that screen route, and that's exactly what happened. EJ just coasting there, and there's nobody within 10 yards of him. EJ into the end zone, touchdown Wildcats, 13-3. Your Cats lead it. Hilborn on to add the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-3. LC leads the top-ranked number 11th team in NAIA, Ottawa University of Arizona. 8:06 to go until halftime. We'll be back on kickoff. Eight plays, 75 yards for the Wildcats. They did it in 3 minutes. Two passing touchdowns for Bryce Perkins, and both to E.J. Scott, and both E.J.'s been able to get behind his man. Really keep an eye on that. 8:06 remaining until halftime. Wildcats lead it 14-3. Just going toe-to-toe with the number 11 team in the country. That kick is going to be back, and it is returnable. Coming out up the left side. Oh, what a tremendous, tremendous tackle. That is Christian Doyle that came up and got Marshawn Mister. 19 yards and thought he was off and running, but Christian Doyle came out of nowhere to make that tackle on special teams. And look, they say it all over the place. Special teams will get you paid. And that is tremendous work by Christian Doyle. Cats have got to continue to do this. They are playing just a solid. Jerron's got it. He's going to hand it off. Oh, had him in the backfield, and he's going to step aside and go out. That'll be 22 yards for Jordan Johnson before he's finally brought down. BJ and Colin Polk will split a tackle there. But that's not what you needed. 7:44 remaining, 14-3. Cats lead at 7:40 until halftime, mind you. Ottawa picking up their tempo a little bit. They've got three to the top, one to the near side. Jerron is going to just step up in the pocket. Oh, he breaks out of a tackle. They had him in the back. He's to the 40, 35, now 30. Driven out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Back-to-back big plays for Ottawa. But they are walking back the other way, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty. Jerron got 30 yards on that, holding on Isaiah Carter. So no play. It'll go back there. Boy, that was big time. And that's what probably sprung Luke Jerron to be able to get out there and make that big run. Inspired defense by the Cats. When you start seeing that offensive line whistled for holding, that's what you know is that defensive line is getting to them. They'll go all the way back to the 37-yard line is where it'll be. First down and 20. Have to get to the 43-yard line of LC. Jerron back to pass this time. He's getting pressured again. Got to dump that one off, but Jordan Oglesby was in his face. Give him a quarterback hurry. Could have given him a sack. This pressure being dialed up, I don't think Jerron has seen that all season. Cats are bringing it at him, and this is just a continuation of that game from a week ago. My goodness. 7:18 to go until the break. Second down and 20. Looking downfield is Jerron. Here comes pressure again. A little delayed blitz by Hawkins. Lyric Hawkins able to get in there, nearly get the sack. Delayed blitz, but it was coverage out on the sides, and Jerron had nowhere to go with it. So back-to-back big pressure situations. Third down and 20, and the Cats just have to contain, and they'll get the ball back. 7:11 to go. Cats lead at 14-3. Snap is back. Jerron again looking. He's got nowhere to go with it. Here comes pressure again and just lofts up a duck. Nearly. Is Kylan got it again? Kylan Polk went up and got his interception. Guys, you can't write a story like this. That is 2 interceptions on the night for what's easily a freshman All-American, if not an NAIA All-American, in the freshman out of Lauraville, Kylan Polk. 2 interceptions tonight. And we talked to him after that game last week, and he says, I just see the ball and I go get it. Kylan Polk doing big-time work. That is 6, count them, 6 interceptions over the last 6 quarters that he has played football. Actually, the last 5.5, because we're just at the 7-minute mark in this one. Kylan Polk is just that dude. Back in at running back is Datelin Cunningham. Cats will have it from the 35-yard line, leading 14-3. Handoff up the middle to Datelin, and Datelin's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Latu and Mike Powell in there defensively to get that. Back to pass now is Perkins. He's pressured again. Maybe a hold back there as Perkins spins out of it. So got to expect it'll be, there's a late flag. Don't know if that's going to be, that could very well be on the Wildcats bench where that came in. It was easily 5, 6, 7 seconds after the play. So you've got 2 penalty flags, one around the near sack of Perkins, and then one after the play was over with. And I'm fearful that that is a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wildcats bench, but we'll have to see about that. That could be 2 huge, huge penalties. We'll see what they sort this out. White Hat says holding against the Cats. And he says dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense. Wow, I thought it was thrown on the sideline nearest the Wildcats. That's going to be big. We'll see where all they mark this. So they'll mark back the holding penalty, and then they'll mark the unsportsmanlike conduct off. And they actually offset. That'll send about, let's see where they mark that off. They should walk off a little bit. They can't offset since it's dead ball. Yeah, they will. The Cats will get out of this. They'll get up to the 40-yard line is where they'll go. It was a sack and loss of 3 yards, but the hold negated that. And then you get the penalty yardage because it was a dead ball. And that's going to give LC a first down at the 40-yard line. Wow. A lot of work on that play, but it's still a Wildcat 14-3 lead, 6:28 to go here until intermission. First down and 10 for LCU. Handoff is there to Datelin. Datelin fakes left and goes to the right side, and he's going to be stopped after a 2-yard gain. When we talked to Coach Ben, he told us about the pressure of Ottawa. And we have seen that. Cats have been able to counteract that. Well, we need a big one here from Bryce. Bryce back to pass, just has to rush that throw. Here came pressure again. They'll officially say it was intended for Trace Williams, but really that was the safety valve as Perkins was just trying to dump that away. Mike Powell was back in his face, and this Ottawa defense on the last drive has been getting some good pressure on Bryce. 6:04 to go until halftime, 14-3. LC leads this one. Third down and 8. Perkins sends EJ out in motion. Back to pass he goes. Here comes pressure. He's got nowhere to go. Going to be dropped there. And that looks like Justice Sosnicki that gets that one. It is going to be 4th down and 12. So the Cats unable to do anything, but they do get out near midfield, and this is an opportunity to get that ball away. Preston Baker will come on. Cats burn a minute 44 off of the clock on this drive, only net about 3 yards on it. Baker needs to get off a good one here. Good time. Pounds this one. Oh, that's the best punt of the night for him. It's going to send the return man back. Check up inside the 13 and just roll down dead at the 19-yard line is where they'll have it. Boy, that's a tremendous punt. 43 yards officially on that one. Ottawa will have the ball, 5:18 to go until the break. LC leads this one 14-3. It's been a couple of Bryce Perkins to E.J. Scott touchdown passes that have done this one. Johnson back in there at running back, and he gets the handoff from Geron and going to pick up 2 or 3, depending on where they mark him. This is that drive that the Cats need to shut them down. If you can go into the break with this kind of a lead and momentum, you know the adjustment that the Cats are able to make at halftime. We'll see if they're able to do that. But a lot has to happen in this final 4 or 5 minutes. Geron has Johnson in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff there. He's going over the middle. Boy, that is tremendous, tremendous pass. Over to Angel Ouaz. 15 yards out to the Ottawa 37. BJ there with the tackle. And Ottawa now going a little bit of tempo. This is the first time that we've seen them go this kind of tempo. They mix it up some, it looks like. Had him inside. Oh, he breaks to the outside there. But holding on is Polk and Voorhees. And they'll hold Johnson to a 5-yard gain, but had him stopped in the backfield. Just good work by Jordan Johnson. Johnson is a big bruising running back. Ottawa not as quick this time. 4 minutes to go until halftime, 14-3. Cats lead this one. 2nd down and 5. Handoff goes off the right side, and he met instantly by Judson Mixon. Mixon comes up and holds Johnson to a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3. Ottawa out near the 43-yard line. Again, this is crucial for them. They're looking over to the sideline to see what's going on. They've already taken 1 timeout. They're looking like they may be interested in another. As the play clock winds down, they're going to have to get one. Doesn't do it, gets the snap. No, he did. He called it right before the snap. That is a timeout with 3:15 to go here until halftime. 3rd down and 3, and it's a big opportunity. A lot of folks jumping in. Cameron Frederick was excited about that interception. We are too. Brenda Scott is cheering. She's cheering for EJ all the way out in Compton and all these Wildcats. Tib listening in on it tonight. Said, yeah, Texas Wesleyan loving this. They definitely are. If the current results hold, they'll be there. The Cats have to put up a lot of points if they want the bid, but none of that matters. What matters is you come out here and give this effort and do your best to get this win and let all of the rest of it sort itself out. 3-hour bus ride down to New Orleans, 3-hour flight into Arizona, and the Cats are playing like it's a game at Wildcat Field. Following the timeout, 3:16 to go until halftime. Jerron pulls that one back and is off, and he completes that one off the right side, and that's going to go for a big gain. Got to get him down on the ground. He cuts back in. There's going to be a hold. Wasn't necessary, but a hold comes down at the end of the play. But that was a pitch and catch out to the receiver on the near side, nearly tackled at the line. They'll mark the hold from the spot of the foul, which is the 19, so it'll go back to the 29-yard line. Jerron's pass was complete to Matthew Hicks, not the same one that's the star receiver for Menard Eagles that won 47-0 last night. 36 yards on that one, though, and quickly they're out to the 30-yard line officially. Jordan Johnson, the lone running back who's back there with Jerron. Cats tighten up defensively. Handoff does go to Johnson. Oh, he breaks out of a tackle there, runs over the official. Now down to the 10, and he's going to get into the end zone. Jordan Johnson, 30-yard touchdown, and the Cats had him stopped back there. He'll stop and celebrate a minute back there, and 14-9, now Ottawa cuts the lead and gets their first touchdown, highest scoring team in the Sooner Athletic Conference, and that's their first touchdown with 2:46 to go. Klein is on for the PAT. Well, it looks like offside. Snap is back. Kick is up, and it's going to be offsides against the Wildcats. Got to expect they decline it. Ottawa does, and go ahead and take their point. Although, nope, they're going to decline it. I thought maybe they would take half the distance and go for two, but they're not chasing points. They feel like they'll get plenty of them. 2:46 to go until halftime. LCU leads at 14-10 on a pair of Bryce Perkins touchdown passes to E.J. Scott. Jordan Johnson gets the first touchdown. And if you told Coach Ben and that guy and those guys that Ottawa wouldn't score a touchdown until 2:46 to go in the first half, I really believe they would take that. Wildcats lead at 14-10 here. You want to drive, you want to do something with this final 2:46, but man, you really can't. You don't want to turn it over to Ottawa by any means. Cats have just played solid today, and I don't think you could be any happier with the way this was going. Remember, LCU will get the ball, or correction, no, Ottawa gets the ball to start the second half, so the Cats are going to want to not give it back to them here. That's a squib kick down the middle, going to be picked up at the 25-yard line by one of the upbacks. That is taken down. Jaden Wells gets that one. He gets 12 yards out of it, out to the 36-yard line. So not a bad result. You try to squib kick it, and the idea is you don't want to set up a return, but the Cats will have it out at the 36, and you've got the reigning special teams player of the week in Levi Hilborn out there. That's the second time that Hilborn has been the Sooner Athletic Conference player of the week. 10 extra points a week ago did it. Joe gets it up the middle, and he bangs around for 12 yards out to the 48-yard line, right up the middle into the teeth of this defense. And who said the Cats were going to slow down? They are right back at it. Tyler Ivey officially gets the tackle there. Johnson calls for it. Not the same success this time. He's actually going to lose a yard on that play. 2:15 to go until halftime. Clock is ticking down, and that should get us to the 2-minute timeout. I don't think that the Cats snap it again. 6-5 and 4-3. No, they tried to snap it, but it was right at the 2-minute mark. 2-minute timeout on the field. Cats lead at 14-10, and we'll be back right after this. You're listening to LCU football on 446 Sports. Big thanks to our folks that are keeping the score updated for us in YouTube and Facebook and wherever you are at. Trying to keep up with it, but just seems to jump in. But LC leads this one. It is a pair of Bryce Perkins to E.J. Scott touchdowns. And, of course, we'll recap all of this for you before we come out of the half. We'll take a break, so there'll be no audio during halftime at all. We'll come back and let you know, and we'll put up something. But folks that are in the chat, let anybody know that hops in that it is halftime. We'll pin a message up at the top on our YouTube. 2-minute timeout is in the books. Johnson comes back out there at running back. We have seen him the bulk of the way. Datelin has been out there a little bit, but it's been mainly Jatarius Johnson. 2nd down and 11 following that loss of a yard. 2 stacked receivers just off the end. Wells goes in motion, handoff up the middle. Johnson's got it. Oh, he runs into the back side of the line, picks up maybe 5 yards on it before Floyd gets him out to the Ottawa 48-yard line. Cats going hurry up as you might imagine. 3rd down and 7. They give it to Joe once again, and he flips it back. Looked like a designed flea flicker, but they caught. That may be grounding. Yeah, they're going to call intentional grounding. And Perkins going over there quickly to say, wait a minute, I had a guy in there. So the idea, they were running a flea flicker, and here's going to be a penalty flag at the end of it. Don't know if the Cats are going to be whistled. This could be worst case for the Wildcats here. I believe we're going to have an intentional grounding, and I believe we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cats. And there's no believing to it, is that's going to be a disaster with 1.5 minutes to go. The Cats were rolling. 3rd and 7 on the 48. You're getting intentional grounding, and I believe you're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And this is what Ottawa's been trying to do. Cats are playing so well. Yep, there's the grounding. Yeah, it is, man. That is about the worst thing. That's going to be 30 yards in penalties and bring up 3rd down. No, it'll be loss of down, so it should be 4th down because intentional grounding carries loss of down, and that's going to bring Baker. So the Cats' line of scrimmage, they still got to mark all of this off, though. Dadgummit. They'll start marking from the 44-yard line, and he's just taking off sprinting. Goes to the 31, and then expect he'll mark off all the way to the 29. And we'll set the ball there at the 29-yard line. So Cats have to get to the 40, 1:33 to go. Baker's just got to get this one out of there. Cats all the way back to the 29. And would have to get to the 42. So 28 yards on fourth and 28. Baker just needs to catch and get this thing away. 4th and 29 officially from the 29. Snap is back. It's a good one. Baker does get it away. That's a good-looking kick. Fair catch called for and made among a bevy of Wildcat defenders and return men. And that is where Ottawa will have it at the 34-yard line. Jose Ayala, the fourth, brings that one in. So 20-plus yards and penalties. Well, this is where you really have to be careful and cannot let Ottawa steal one from you with 1:26 to go. Jerron back there at quarterback where he's been. He brings a man in motion. 14-10, Cats lead it. He's back. He's being pressured by Oglesby. The screen is thrown, but that's just a tremendous tackle. Guess who? Colin Polk. He's got another one. But credit that pressure to Oglesby. 2nd down and 9, and they go tempo as well, down to 1:13 to go until halftime. Cats lead at 14-10. Jerron back to pass. He's got good time, but it's closing up on him quickly. Going to be dropped in the backfield, and that is a Wildcat sack. All the way back to the 29-yard line. Kendall Rowan doing big-time work. Penalty flag on the field, though, and I think it's going to erase it. They're going to call holding against the Wildcats secondary and saying that's why that couldn't find a receiver. But, boy, the Cats over the last couple of drives have had some penalties that have just been daggers. Remember, they had 3rd and 8 before 30 yards in penalties, pushed them back, and now the holding on the sack there. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Luke Jerron surveys the situation. Cats back off a little bit of the pressure, and they point that out. 1st and 10, 14-10. Cats lead it. High snap going over the top again, and I think he just throws that one away. Tremendous coverage down the side. That pass was intended for Frankie Valentino, but Voorhees with the coverage down the line. So the clock stops there with 36 seconds to go. Cats have been in the backfield all day long on this one. That last one a play ago was erased by the penalty. 2nd down now and 10. Jerron has Johnson in the backfield, looking to pass. Here comes pressure. Oh, look, big-time work there. Jonathan Moore-Leday continuing to do big work, and the clock rolls here. Under 30 seconds. Loss of 8, so 3rd down and 18 now. 22 and 21, and I don't know if Ottawa chances snapping the ball again. They may try to draw DPI or something. Jerron nearly loses that one. He's going to step up and throw this one out near the middle. Got a man in space coming up and making a tremendous tackle. Kylan Polk saves another one. That one was good for 21 yards, and they'll come up and clock it. I believe they will from the 42. I don't know that they have the time. Penalty flag on the play. Official running in from way in the back. Don't know if Ottawa was set when they spiked the ball, trying to run the hurry up. Going to get a sideline warning, it looks like, too. Well, whatever they do, it's 1st down and 10, haven't marked anything off. Ottawa with 1 timeout following that spike, so the penalty was before it. Clock rolls now at 10 and 9. Back to pass once again, and that one thrown off the back foot, complete, but to a staffer for Ottawa, so it's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. And 5 seconds remain. Timeout has been whistled there. Ottawa trying to draw up one final play. Just a reminder, we'll have stats for you and all of that, but when we go to timeout, and we'll post, there'll be no audio during the halftime. Hopefully somebody over on Facebook is keeping up in the comment section there of the scoring and anything that, but it is 14-10. LCU leads this one. They have played a decent first half. They've got a lot of stuff to clean up by way of the penalties. Had a good drive going just prior to this one. The Cats just have to avoid some sort of disaster. Coach Ben on the far side pleading his case. Not sure what he's over there talking about. Cats back off in a prevent. You can't do too much because you can't give up a little quick hitter and set up in field goal range. 5 seconds on the clock. Luke Giron back, takes an extra step back. He's got Johnson in the backfield with him. Snap is back. He spins and rolls the other way, going over the top, looking for it all right here. Got to knock that down. You got to be kidding. Colin Polk comes out of there with an interception. That is 3 first-half interceptions for Colin Polk. That one's not going to mean much, but, man, that one means a lot. Yes, you understand what I'm talking about. It is halftime here. That is 10 interceptions on the season for Colin Polk, and the Cats lead at 14-10 at halftime. We'll be back here when play resumes. Cats lead it at halftime, 14-10. Ottawa gets the ball coming out of the half. Cats jumping around. Jonathan Moore-Leday really having a good time out there on the kickoff team. Kick is away, and back it goes. Going to find its way into the... Got moved over to the side. Hold on, we'll be back. Kickoff out of bounds is there. So back we go. Third quarter now is underway. Not the start you wanted on the kickoff, but Cats looking to come out and keep that defense doing what it's been doing. This is such a huge drive to get things started in the second half. If you can come out here and get a stop, get out there and get some points, man, you really get some things going for you. 14-10, LCU leads this one. 3 Colin Polk interceptions, 4 a week ago. That's 7 in 2 weeks. And I've got to believe, and we'll check with LCU's SID. I don't know. I know that's never been done in Wildcat history, but I can't. I got to believe that's a record at any level of football, even Pee Wee football up to the NFL that there is. Giron has Johnson back in the backfield with him. Actually, that is Jalen McGee that gets the start in the second half, and he goes up to the line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line. Looks like there is a change at quarterback in there. Connor Malt, M-A-U-L-T, is in at quarterback. He takes over for Giron. Quarterback change at halftime. We'll see what comes out of that. We talk about Malton. He's back to pass here. He's getting pressured up the middle and has to dump that one off. Well, I'm going to tell you, the pressure has not subsided in this thing. Hampton just firing away in there. 14:24 on the clock. Ottawa going left to right on your dial, on your screen, on your listening device. They are heading towards the city open end side of the stadium here in Arizona. Malt back to pass. Oh, here comes Jackson. He's got him for a loss. That's going to be a sack on third down. Big time work there Jamarian Jackson at 99 has been all over the place tonight. Goodness gracious. Again, I continue to sound like a broken record and say it, but this defense is playing lights out here in Arizona. Jamarian Jackson with that 9-yard sack officially make it 4th down and 19. Snap is back and the kick is away. Going to run up. Ball on the ground. It's going to be possibly fair catch interference. The ball went on the ground. Cats look like they have come out of there with it, but we'll see that pit. Oh, and there's some pushing and shoving at the end of it. And they throw a hat. That could be another penalty thrown from the back judge who had the penalty. So we got a lot to sort out here on this one. This got chippy. We've got a flag and a hat, which symbolizes either stepping out of bounds on a pass, which didn't happen, or a second flag. Next, he would throw a beanbag if he had a third one. I don't know after that, a shoe, maybe? I don't know. But we'll sort things out here. This could be big time for LCU if both of these penalties are against Ottawa. But they have come out and played inspired defense. Let's go down there and look at it now. Fair catch interference called against Ottawa. We told you that. And then dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. So it's going to be 1st down. The Cats will get the ball, and they'll have pretty good field position out of all of this. Early on here in the 3rd quarter, 13-32, Franklin Sanders had the penalty that was on there. Kick-catch interference was the call, so the Cats will have it. They got to mark off the penalty. Punt was 34 yards from Mendoza to the LC 40-yard line. Fair catch interference was called, but they've yet to mark anything off on that. Still sorting things out here, and the ball's going to be at the 40-yard line, and that's where the Cats will have it. 1st down and 10. Datelin Cunningham now in there at receiver. Or running back. Why would he be? Yeah, he's been a receiver, but he's back in there at running back in this one. He flanks to the right side of Bryce. 13:32 to go. Cats lead at 14-10. Handoff does go to Cunningham. Hey, he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage and maybe gets a yard. Back to pass there. That one is complete to the far side. Omar Davis has it. Ryan Guerrero looks like he is in there on the tackle. Going to be a gain of 5 on 2nd down and 9. That'll make it 3rd down and 4. And boy, big moment after big moment after big moment. Cats pretty good on 3rd down today, 3 of 6. Handoff up the middle. Ball's on the ground. Perkins is going to fall on it. Cunningham fumbled that one, and it's going to be a loss of 5 by the time Bryce comes out of there. That one, pretty dangerous play there. Cats will have to kick it away. That'll bring Baker. Baker's been solid today. Definitely has. Look back over there. So Cunningham fumbled the ball. Guerrero forced that one, and then Perkins was able to recover it. Baker's been solid today. We'll see what he's got in him here. Needs a big one. Boy, booms this one. That's a good-looking kick. Going to be fair caught right at the 11-yard line. So 47 yards on that one with 12:01 to go in the 3rd. just hitting 8 o'clock on your whatever time it is here in Arizona, 10 o'clock back home. LCU 14, Ottawa 10. Appreciate our folks in the comments. There are people that hop in and ask about the score on there, and we appreciate everybody keeping up with that. We try to keep that going as well. Back to pass is Malt. That one is in and out of the hands. So incomplete there, dropped to Marcus Reese. They'll credit that with a dropped pass, make it 2nd down and 10. So Ottawa back at the 12-yard line is where this one starts. Cats continuing to play field position, but they have not let up. This is such a brilliant defensive plan that has been drawn up by Coach Wood and that defensive group of coaches there. Malt back to pass. Oh, here comes Rowan again, pressuring him. Getting out of there, escaping. Malt able to buy him some time and just chunks that one out of bounds over there nearest the Wildcat sideline. And Kendall Rowan was all over Connor Malt that time. Cats 14, Ottawa 10, 11:48 and counting. Malt has been hurried and hurried. They've got him in there because he throws the ball a little bit better. Malt back to pass now. Escapes the pocket again. Dumps this one off. Oh, wide open and in space. That's going a long way to the 40 now. 50, 45 and driven out of bounds. Driven out of bounds to the Wildcat 42-yard line. Hampton was able to get back there and finally push him out of bounds, but that is going to be 1st and 10 at the LCU 42. And boy, after all of that good work, you complete a 46-yard pass to get you from the 12 all the way into LCU territory. Malt at 1st down and 10, 2 receivers to the top, one in the near side. He goes that way, too tall to call, and a big-time hit coming up over there. Incomplete pass intended for Reese once again, and man, that is their guy, is Marquise Reese. He had the big 46-yard reception just a moment ago. 2nd down and 10, 11-11 to go here. Luke Giron back in at quarterback now. So the Connor Malt situation is over, and Luke Giron is the running quarterback, and he does that. He picks up 10 at least. They'll give him 11. And see the rotation that is there, then Malt, certainly they get in there to throw the ball. And they get now back to Luke Giron that looks like he manages things and gives you the appearance of an extra runner. Jordan Johnson in the backfield with him, 2 receivers to the top. Johnson's going to get it. He gets off left side, another big gap, 14 yards on the carry before Oglesby brings him down. But they are inside the Wildcat red zone and threatening to take the lead in this one for the first time today. 10:31 and counting, 14-10. LC leads it. Snap is back there. Handoff off the left side, another 2 or 3 yards. Give him 2. Oglesby with another tackle. Give BJ credit on the one prior to that officially. Brandon Johnson had that one. And it is 2nd down and 8. Back to the LC, let's see, 16-yard line, 15-yard line is where the ball sits. Malt back in now at quarterback. So rotating quarterbacks here in passing and running situations. Malt now going for the end zone. Knocked out of his hands. Good work back there by Voorhees to knock that ball away. Knocked it right out of the hands of Frankie Valentino, and that's 3rd down and 8 now. 3rd down and 8, 9:45 remaining. Been a tremendous drive by Ottawa, but we have got to be able to hold them to a minimum of a field goal attempt. Two receivers now to the top, two to the near side, and timeout is on the field. Timeout taken by Ottawa. We'll step away from the mic as well and be back here momentarily. We are back here following that timeout, 3rd down and 8. Ottawa with their first charged timeout of the second half. Cats have not used one, but it's the opening drive. Still, it's went 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Don't know where my head is. Both teams have had the ball. So there you go. Shows you where my brain is. Jet lag, I guess. That's going into the end zone. Incomplete and out of bounds. Boy, that was close. That was intended for Marquise Reese, and that'll bring Eric Klein in to attempt a 31-yard field goal. So the Cats are holding to a field goal attempt, and they've done that a couple of times today. This with 9:41 to go in the third period of play. This has been a tremendous drive for Ottawa. Just exactly what you wanted. 10 plays, 73 yards. Snap is back. Klein kick is up from 31. He is good. 14-13 now. Cats still lead this one. $9:38 to go in this one, and that was a pretty good drive there by Ottawa. Pretty good defense by the Cats to shut it down there at the end and hold to just the field goal attempt. 14-13, they lead it here. Set to kick this one off. Walden back deep to receive. He and Cervoni are back there. Jason Mendoza will kick this one away. Walden, again, has had some pretty solid returns. That's kind of a squib. It's going to be picked up by Cervoni. He's got it to the near side. It's a good return, and so that's a couple of times that they've squibbed it, and the Cats have gotten solid returns. Cervoni, that young man out of Largo, Florida, he and Omar came over from there, and the Cats will have it at their own 30, see where he puts it down, 38-yard line is where the Cats will have it. Johnson now in at running back. Joe is flanked off to the right of Bryce. You got two receivers, Omar and EJ to the top, and X goes that way to join them. Handoff up the middle. Johnson's got it. Boy, he's just driving those legs. Gets all the way to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 7 yards. Make it 2nd down and 3. To the 45-yard line. Play action, quick throw over to the far side, and that's EJ. EJ is going to have the first down and a couple of yards more. 1st down and 10 for the Cats at midfield. They'll be on the 50-yard line. So they have moved the ball well tonight. Those 2 touchdowns that they got early in the first quarter have been it. Both passes from Perkins to E.J. Scott. Johnson, the running back, he gets it off to the right side. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and looks like he will lose 2 yards. So that connection between Perkins and E.J. Scott has been solid. Omar has one on the day. Wells has a catch on the day. E.J. now is on the near side with X. Play action there. Perkins looking towards X and E.J. That's E.J. He's got it. E.J. makes a man miss to the 30, now 25 and down to the 20-yard line. That is a 25, 6, 7, 8, 28-yard completion to E.J. Scott. Give him 12 yards after the catch. First down and 10, Cats nearing the red zone. Perkins play action again. Oh, here's pressure up the middle, and he's going to be sacked. That is Alex Cordova that gets in there and gets credited for the sack and a loss of 4 on the play. So the Cats will now face 2nd and 14. They lead at 14-13, moving right to left now, 7:40 to go, and looks like we're going to have a penalty beforehand. That may be offsides again. Encroachment is going to be the call, and that's going to be 5 yards back from that sack. It'll make it 2nd down and 9, and that's where you want to, what you want to do. Good work by Bryce Perkins with the hard count to get Ottawa to jump off sides. Got to go down and get some points. It's been a long time since the Cats have gotten some points on the board. They still lead at 14-13. This is a battle to force a 3-way tie atop the Sooner Athletic Conference. Perkins back to pass. Oh, he's looking Omar's wide open into the end zone. Omar Davis, touchdown, touchdown Wildcats. How about that from the big man? How do you let 6 foot, 4 Omar Davis get that wide open? A lot of pressure on E.J. Scott, but that is Bryce Perkins' 3rd touchdown of the afternoon and evening now, actually. Late night, if you will. 20-13, Cats lead it with a Levi Hilborn PAT pending. 6 plays, 62 yards on this drive, and the Cats answered that perfectly. Looks like the Cats jumped a little bit ahead of time, so they'll back that up and kick it again. The Cats have worked on that stop route so much that it's got Ottawa sucked in on it, and then they're able to go down the field and pick up the big play. That's the 2nd touchdown that the Cats have scored on that little play. The other one was just straight money to E.J., who outran his defender. They'll back it up and try it again. 5 yards back. Levi certainly within his range. That 5 yards won't mean anything to Hilburn. Cats looking to make this an 8-point lead. That's pretty important. On to hold is Perkins. That kick is up. Bangs. Oh, boy, the announcer jinx is nearly real. Hits the left upright and bangs in like pinball. Do you guys remember pinball? Surely you do. That one is up. It is 21-13. Cats with the lead in the 3rd. 21-13. Cats lead at 7:14 to go here, and that was a 6-play, 62-yard drive in just a couple of minutes. Big time work to Omar Davis from Bryce, and Bryce is having himself a day. We'll see if we can jump over and get some stats on that young man. Don't need tackles. Let's look at Bryce Perkins is 10 of 18 on the day, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns, sacked 5 times. So still a pretty good QBR of 172. Doesn't matter. That defense has got to get after it now. That kickoff goes back into the end zone, and it's about 2-3 yards into the end zone and a yard up the O in Ouaz that is back there, and they'll start following the touchback here. 21-13. Cats lead it with 7:14 to go. Our folks back on YouTube and Facebook, make sure to keep the folks that are new and popping in updated on the score if they don't hear it. We're trying to give it like our old radio days. 21-13, Cats lead it here. 8-point lead. Snap is back. Play action. That one is balled up in the air, and boy, yeah, your man almost had another one, and he's frustrated that he missed it. I don't think that he really had a shot at it, but anytime the ball is in the air, KP wants it. He thinks that he has, LSU had Tyrann Mathieu years back, the Honey Badger, and he said he just takes what he wants. Colin Polk reminds me of that with that mindset. He just goes and gets the football. Handoff off to the right side, nearest the Ottawa sideline. Going to be there for no gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Cats continuing and continuing and continuing to bring that defense. .645 and counting. Back to pass is Malt. That is complete to the 34. Oh, big-time tackle. And that saves what would have been a first down, but that's going to make a big-time decision. Jason Coleman there. And look at this. Ottawa staying out on the field, down 21-13 in the 3rd, and they're going to go for it on 4th down and 1 from their own 34-yard line. Snap is back. Handoff goes up the middle. Oh, he just falls over the first down line. They mark him on the 35, and because it was a touchback, the ball just had to touch the line, the point of the 35, and it does. The nose of the football hits the 35. Good job by Trace McHugh on that stop to hold it to just a yard, but Jalen McGee does pick up a yard out of it and the first down. So 1st down and 10 for Ottawa. Cats lead at 21-13, 5:43 and counting. Snap is back there. Malt looking to pass. He's pressured by Moore Leday, and that one is thrown just nowhere, thrown aimlessly out, and they're going to go back and talk about it and see where he was and what it was. But Jonathan Moore Leday, great work. They say he got it back, so no intentional grounding on there. But so we've seen Malt and we've seen Geron in there, Luke Geron. He comes in more this half when he's gotten past the 50, but down here it has been Connor Malt. Malt calls for the ball, and he's back to pass one more time. Offensive line holds up. That ball is over to Hicks, and just, wow, off of Hicks's hands and bangs up off of his face mask. And that was right in the breadbasket. That's one of those that I think he let get in on his body, and that caused it to jump around some and stops the clock with 5:06 remaining in the 3rd. Cats still on top, 21-13. Third down and 10. Malt back to pass once again. Here comes pressure up the middle. Ducks under that one. Boy, his escapability is there. Throws that one off his body. Too tall to call. And that is going to bring up 4th down and 10. Penalty flag on the field. It is back in the area of offensive holding. If that's the case, the Cats decline that and get out of there with a 4th down. Clock is at 5 minutes. And they do. They decline the holding penalty, 4th down and 10. And this is one that Ottawa won't go for, we don't believe. That pass was intended for Angel Ouaz. Christian Doyle was back there providing the pressure on that, and the Cats do force a punt. So they answer the field goal. Cats go down and get a touchdown, and their defense comes out, matches the intensity, and gets the forced punt. Now you got to watch it. Ottawa trying to do anything they can. Snap is back and kick is away. Fair catch called for and made at the 29. Falls down, does Washington, but makes it at the 29. So we'll talk back about the scenarios again. If LCU wins this game, they will force a three-way tie for the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship. With them, Tex West and Ottawa would have one loss on the season. It goes to point differential at that point. You remember LCU lost a big one to Tex West in that game. There was a penalty down at the end of that. They're marking that off, and we'll have to see what that is. They're going to call holding, so the Cats will take over on the 20-yard line now. If Ottawa wins this, they finish undefeated and win the Sooner Athletic Conference outright. If they all finish tied, Cats will have to win this game by about 50 to get the automatic berth into the playoffs. If not, it goes to Texas Wesleyan. X comes in motion, low snap, bobbled around, but Perkins able to pick it up. He's going to have to get out of trouble and doesn't. He just gets hammered, and that'll be a loss back to the 14-yard line. Continued to try to get out of harm's way, but ends up getting sacked for a loss of 6 yards. That was Jermaine Stewart that was on there, and they'll officially mark it 5 yards back. Joe is in there as the running back alongside of Perkins. Dangerous territory here, back to the 15-yard line. Back to pass now. They'll try to just set up the screen. That is incomplete to Johnson. Jermaine Stewart was back in his face and nowhere to go. .418 to go in the third quarter. Cats lead this one by a touchdown. Perkins looking downfield to Omar's got to go up and get it. Unable to. Good coverage down the side, and that was probably not the pass that you wanted down there. That's going to bring up a Baker punt coming up deep in Wildcat territory. Baker will come on and kick this one away. Ayala, the fourth, back deep to receive. So under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Cats have a touchdown. It's a 7-3 advantage in the third. Baker does get it out of there. That's a good-looking punt. Safe punt. It's a 40, 41-yarder, depending on where they make it. It's going to be fair caught back there. We'll bring, looks like, Malt out there. Looking to go on the slant, and it is complete down to the 41-yard line, and hustling now and going quickly. Going quickly is Ottawa. They'll have first down and 10 from the Wildcat 40-yard line. Handoff right up the middle. Good room on the left side, and that's an 8-yard pickup. Quickly they hurry to the line. Second down and 3. 3.5 to go in the third. That's going to be a keeper by Luke's got that one. And he's going to be short of the first, so that's going to make it third down. Hurried to the line. Again, they go. Handoff left side. And, boy, I don't think he's got any. No, they mark him shy of the 30-yard line. on 3rd and 4. That'll bring up 4th down and 1, and this big, heavy package will come in there. They've got to get the ball to the 30-yard line. Does Ottawa. Cats have been pretty good on 4th down all season long. Handoff up the middle. I don't think he's going to have it. They're marking him shy of the 30. If that stays, it's a turnover on downs, and the Cats will have it right there. It all depends on where they unpile the pack, and they're not going to have it. Ottawa's mad about it, and Cats are happy. You know that means it is a turnover on downs, continuing to do big work there defensively, and the Cats will take over. Big stop on defense, 1st down and 10. 2:26 to go here in the 3rd. Big time work by that Cats defense as they are continuing. (20-13) in this one. That PAT earlier, I think we told you was good. I'm looking at a difference on here. Anyway, Cats lead it by a touchdown. 2:26 to go. Perkins and company looking to get something going here. Maybe put some more points on the board. That is Datelin off to the far side. Cunningham gets 6 yards. Give him 5 on the carry out to the 36-yard line. Cats going quickly there. That one complete out to the 40. Well, actually, the 50-yard line is where it sits. Perkins and company, 1st down and 10. Handoff there up the middle. I have to see who gets up out of there. That is Cunningham still in there at running back. No, that's Johnson. Johnson's is there at running back. He's flanked off to the right side. Back to pass is Perkins. Got another man wide open down the line. Caught there. What do they give him? They give him out at the 1, but that is a pass down to the 1-yard line. E.J. Scott from Bryce Perkins on a huge one, and the Cats in business down at the 1-yard line. 21-13, looking to add and make this a 2-score game. Hurriedly to the line. Handoff is there. Into the end zone. Waiting for the call, and it is. Touchdown Wildcats. Boy, they are starting to cook here. LC now puts this one 27-13. That was Johnson, I believe, that gets that one. No, Datelin Cunningham. Give Datelin the touchdown on that one. They're changing running backs out pretty quick. Datelin Cunningham in there for the touchdown. EJ got it down to the 1 on a fantastic throw from Perkins. That kick from Hilborn is up, and it is good. Cats on top, 28-13, a minute 12 to go in the 3rd period. You heard it right. Wildcats on top, 28-13. We'll be back right after this. We are back here now to Ottawa. Had to switch our mics. Power zapping us on there. Let me know if you can still hear me. It may sound a little different, but make sure that you guys can still hear me, and let me know that in the comment section. Cats with the extra point, 28-13. Wildcats lead this with a minute to go. It was a big pass down the line to E.J. Scott. Datelin Cunningham finishes it off. But again, let me know if you guys can still hear what we're doing. That's the number one thing in this, with it being audio only, is that you guys got to be able to hear this. And again, we said it will sound a little bit different for a little bit. There you go. Cats have done every single thing tonight that they've wanted to do. Close to another passing touchdown for Bryce Perkins, but just out at the one, but able to finish it off was Datelin Cunningham. And, man, I'm telling you, Cats are playing as good as anybody in. And if they don't end up, if they hold on and win this game and tie for the conference championship and don't end up getting a bid, there's not a team, I don't believe, that's hotter and more deserving of one than the Wildcats. Put up 77 last week and now have 28 up against the number one defensive team. Back to work we go. 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Third down and 5 following that little technical snafu. Spinning around, that one is over the middle, incomplete and dropped, and that'll bring up fourth down. A little bit of technical difficulty. You got us there, Jeff. Thank you, sir. Fourth down now. 14 seconds to go in this one. And the Cats in an unbelievable game for the country. Knapp is back there. Jerron being pressured once again. What do you know? Picked off. Wildcats have it to the 50. It's not KP, but it's a Wildcat interception down the sideline. Cutting back inside into the end zone, but don't know if he stepped out of bounds. No, touchdown. That is a pick 6. Looks like Voorhees will have to get it officially. But Wildcats pouring it on right here. 34-13 now following. And that's how you go up and stand up for your man, Lyric Hawkins. Going to be a 50-plus yard pick 6 on the day. Big time work, and I know that our YouTube fans and Facebook fans will be going crazy over there. Cats lead this 34-13. Still a couple of seconds to go in the third quarter of play. Personal foul was declined. They've got it listed as Kylan, but I didn't see it as Polk. We'll see if they have that. They've got it in here. I didn't see it, Kylan. They're saying head-to-head contact is what the personal foul was. It's going to be declined. But they've got it in here as Kylan. I didn't see him with the ball. That's a 58-yard. Goodness gracious. Yeah, they're going to enforce that on the kickoff is what they're going to do. Kylan Polk, his 4th INT based off of this. Second 4-game interception game in 2 weeks. Second pick 6 on his 4th one in 2 weeks. Levi Hilborn kick is up and it's good. Cats lead this one 35-13. And folks, I missed probably the best interception call of all time right there, just because he was off the screen or out of my view where I couldn't see it. And my goodness. just a tremendous game. It is 35-13. Wildcats lead this one. Goodness gracious. A lot of folks in the stands tonight. A lot of folks. You see people along the picnic section back there in the back in that far end zone where the pick six just went to. I'm going to have to go and get an update on that and look at it and see. You guys bear with me there for just a second. Yeah, Colin Polk has his 4th INT. Back-to-back games. The Cats have put up 21 points here in the third. They lead at 35-13, so don't go anywhere on that conference championship. These Cats are looking to add some points. They'll be kicking off from the 35-yard line. Because of the penalties that were there, Cats will be kicking off from the 35 and expect Levi just to hammer that as far as he can. Goodness gracious, folks out there in social media world lighted up. Colin Polk, 4 INTs in back-to-back games. Pick sixes in back-to-back games. Had 7 as 4 as 11. Easily leads the nation. May lead all of football in interceptions. And look, Cats kicking off from the Ottawa 35-yard line. And they roll up the onside kick trying to get it back. There's a scrum for it. Cats might have it. It is picked up by the Wildcats heading to the end zone, but I don't think you can advance that. Won't matter. The Cats may have it. We'll let them sort this thing out. Things getting a little chippy out there, as you would expect, as the Cats are lighting up Ottawa tonight in this one, 35-13, making a statement in this one. The Cats bench is fired up. Kicked off from the 35-yard line is where they did it, and now they're still sorting some things out down on the field, have yet to point either direction. One thing for sure, the Cat came out of the pack with it. Yeah, LCU's going to have the football on here. And so what they're just discussing is that they weren't able to get out of the pack and take off with it on a punt like that. I mean, on a ball that's there. They weren't able to return it. So the Cats should have the ball on the 30-yard line. They lead at 35-13, have put up, let's go back, 21 points now in the third period alone, and this third period will not end. Looking to make a statement here. So even if you don't get to that 50-point, and maybe, Tib, if you're listening and can tell us what the exact point total differential is. I saw you on Facebook a little bit earlier. No, the picnic not doing real well. Picnic area is sullen, to say the least. So it was touched. It only went about 5 yards, but it was touched by a Ottawa player. Instead of just letting it go, he touches it. Well, this last, I don't know, about a minute and a half or so, seems to have lasted about 30 minutes in here. Now, their picnic area is not real happy tonight, I can tell you that. If it's not, we're discussing the interceptions of 4. He's certainly tied a Wildcat record with 4 interceptions and a pick 6 from his own just a week ago. Go in there and get you another one just to settle things off. Back-to-back weeks for Colin Polk with 4 INTs, 1 return to the house each time around. And they're sorting all of this out still. Again, another long pause in this, and we'll try to get some things sorted out for you soon if we can. Information tough to come by. Coach Ben just pacing around the 32, 33-yard line. Completely excited about the way his team has come out here and played today. You know, that was one of the questions that we asked him was how are they going to respond to the long bus ride, the flight, and getting there? He said, anything's better than riding a bus 22 hours. Yes, it is. So there you have that, 8:45 on Arizona time. I think 10:45 back in central Louisiana. Still trying to sort things out. Don't know what really the holdup is on it unless they're just where it is, what's going to happen with it. They marked off the 2 personal fouls. We saw that. So they're still seeing if there was a penalty or if the Cats are going to have the ball. That's what the long delay has been in this, is sorting out who's got possession on it. And, boy, either team, this is so pivotal. What's lost in all of this is that Colin Polk got the pick 6 there, went 58 yards, his 4th interception of the day in back-to-back weeks. We've talked about that a lot. Then the 2 personal foul penalties on Ottawa had LC kicking off from the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. Yeah, from the 35. So we're sitting here waiting as much as you guys are, trying to figure out what is going on. It's still 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. This third quarter has been crazy, Miss Jennifer. It's the quarter that won't end. 10 seconds left on the clock in the third period. We have not rolled into the fourth just yet. Cats are smelling victory in this. They had to come out here and make a statement. Had to have a big win, but had to make a statement. They lead it by 22 currently. Still hanging around there. We're going to Yep, 35-14, Cats lead it, and we're waiting on official word of what the point differential has to be. But, man, they've got just chaos out on the field, penalty flags everywhere still, and this is still all shaking out from those 2 penalties that pushed it aside. Man, oh, man, what a night. And this is one of those where, yeah, you want to see some more points. You want to see a lot of that. Getting official word that we believe the Cats have to win it, not by 50, but by 60 in this one in order to survive that tiebreaker. And that gave up those points at the end of the game in that Tex-West game. Again, first things first, Cats have to hang on and win this game. Yes, they've got all the momentum, but Ottawa still is who Ottawa is. They came back big against Texas Wesleyan last week to win that game by 7. But the Cats have done everything completely right. We're getting official word from the Sooner Athletic Conference, SID, who they're checking on that just to give you a final scenario, something to look at. But, up by 22 right now, they would have to have a big-time flurry. But more than anything, you're making a statement in this to all of those at-large guys, and there will be a Wildcat watch party should this thing hold on like it is. And they even put some more work, because 77 points a week ago, 35 to the number 1 defensive unit. Coming over and talking to Coach Ben now, and we will try our best to get official word and what they're looking at. One thing I can tell you is the Cats are certainly loose on the sideline. There's no doubt about that. This is two lengthy delays in this game over the last 2 minutes of playtime is where this has started. And I'm going to tell you, just Ottawa's not happy with the way things are going, and it's gotten terribly chippy out there. And we're still in the third. We've not rolled over to the fourth quarter yet. Still 10 seconds remain. Going to step away from the audio side for just a moment, see if we can figure out what's going on. You guys hang in there. We'll be back just a moment. All right, so the Cats defense is making their way out onto the field, unless they've put Kylan in at wide receiver, and they haven't, of course. That will give the ball. So I think the penalty is that it didn't go the distance, and it was touched by the Cats prior to it getting there. So needless to say, it is first down and 10 from the 26-yard line, but I love the Cats trying that. Trying to get the ball back. Back to pass is Malt. He's going to roll to the near side, trying to get a block, and instead gets smothered there at the 27-yard line. Looks like that will be the end of the third quarter. Long third quarter has come to an end. We'll be back. Cats lead at 35-13 as we head to the fourth. Be right back on 446 Sports. We're back here getting ready to start things off in the fourth. Mercifully, that third quarter comes to an end here. 9 o'clock out in Arizona. That was Josh Roman that carried the ball just to clean things up out there in the third quarter, the last run. Second down and 9. Pass is back there, looking to throw. Got to step up in the pocket, dumped off short, and going to fall forward for a first down out to the 37-yard line. Start of the fourth quarter is here. So, yeah, the Cats to win an outright and get an automatic berth, will have to win this one by, let's say, 60. And, yes, I know, just 60. That was complete to Jalen McGee, and that's Josh Roman now, the third quarterback. That is, the ball's on the ground. Bobbling around. Cats may have come out of there, and they've got it. It's picked up, heading to the end zone now. Down to the 10-5. Touchdown Wildcats. We'll get the number on who came out of there with it. But Roman bobbled the snap, and quickly the Cats capitalize. They pounce and up into the end zone, and it is 41-13. 13 Wildcats, and so it's not out of the way just yet. Getting some updates on exactly what it is. We may have been a little off. So the defensive touchdown was not Kylan Polk. It was Marion Jackson that goes up and gets that one and takes it into the house. Penalty flag, and look, I'm telling you, Ottawa is getting pretty aggravated. But you know what? They should have let us stream the game tonight, the video for you guys, and Coach Ben and the group might not have been as aggravated on there. I'm not saying that had a lot to do with it. Yes, they prepared their tails off all week, but, you know. Now, just delighted to have you folks along here. And in a 41-13 game, it's longer than I think anybody would have stuck around, to say the least. So the Cats, now it's not 60. Point differential, the Cats started the day at minus 33. No, it is. So 33, they were at plus 26. That was 59. So the Cats are currently at minus 11. So they would have to have 37 more points based on that last touchdown. So 60 points is the mark. And I just, look, I don't care about that. Yes, it would be nice, but what I'm telling you is the Cats are making a statement tonight to the entire voting base and the at-large committees and all of that the Cats need to be in the playoffs this season. 4-7 a year ago, undefeated at home are the Wildcats. Losses to Hardin Simmons, losses to McNeese, and that one is blocked. Trying to run around, and Perkins just needs to get rid of that one and go down and live to fight another day. So the extra point is blocked. Nate Nelson, or Mike Powell blocked that one. And the Cats have it 41-13. Boy, what a night it has been for your Wildcats. They have continued to just pour it on. They lead this one by 28. And we're trying to get updated on officially who had that. Nobody in here knows, but I don't think it's who they said it was. So we're going to go back in and take a look at it. Cats getting ready to kick off. Another penalty, as you might can imagine, enforced on the kickoff. And it looked to me like Hampton was the one that had it, but we'll see. Cats kicking off from the 50-yard line, which is 15 yards further back than they kicked it from last time because there were two penalties. Hilborn this time just hammers that one back, and deep and into the night it goes towards that city and that parking lot side of it. 14-22 remains in what has been a pure-on assault from the Wildcats tonight. It has just been all Cats all the time. 14 points in the first quarter. I'm sorry, 7 in the first, 7 in the second. And then, so what do they have? 21 in the third. And then here quickly 6 in the fourth on that scoop and score. So they've scored a couple of defensive touchdowns tonight. The Cats are making a statement. If there is a voter that's out there, somebody in that at-large committee that is listening to the broadcast, you got to get the Cats in there. There is no doubt about that they deserve to be in the playoffs. Timeout coming. Wildcats take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back. Back to work we go here. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line following the touchback by Levi Hillborn. Kick that from the 50. It has been penalty after penalty after penalty by Ottawa. That one is thrown off to the left side and incomplete to Angel Olivas again. Avant Lewis in there doing that. Josh Roman, third quarterback of the night. It was Luke Giron, Connor Malt, and now Josh Roman. Bryce Perkins has went the distance for the Cats. Snap is back there. Pressure again, having to throw off his back foot. And throws it away into the Wildcat sideline. Boy, just the Cats' defense has been, from day one, they're going to call intentional grounding is what they're going to call on that. He was out of the pocket but doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. So the intentional grounding flag, that's going to be from the spot of the foul, and it's going to be loss of down as well. Back to the Ouaz 27, your 17-yard line. Goodness gracious. So you're saying there's a chance. 14-14 to go. Cats have 41. Ouaz with 13. Roman in the shotgun. Offsides on the Cats, and they'll blow it dead as there was contact made. Guys, it's been a lot of fun bringing you this one tonight. Certainly wish we would have had our video along with it. But that's what they get. 41-13, Cats lead the way, and it has been all Wildcats. And, you look back and sometimes you say that the score wasn't really indicative of the game and that the score looks different. It may be false start. See what they're doing. No, it's offsides, yeah. So you oftentimes you'll see a score like this, and they say, well, look, it's not as bad or it was worse. This is right on. Now he turns around and goes the other way. Look, this will get you a ticket if you're driving that way. Went 5 yards to the left, 5 yards to the right. That penalty is going to be a false start. And we'll push them back. Boy, the line to gain is the 35-yard line, and they're all the way back to the 11. So it is third down and 24 to go. Go on, Colin Polk, get you another one out here, buddy. Wouldn't that be great? Cat starters will stay out there. There's no doubt about it. They are looking to really make a statement in this. Third down and 24. Roman in at quarterback. Their target has just been Marcus Reese all night. Nearly hit the ground with a knee. He is pressured there, dumping that one off. Incomplete. And a penalty flag in the backfield to hold everything. Got to believe that's in the area of holding, which is going to be a declinable penalty from there because you don't want to give them another shot at it. You want to bring up fourth down and 24 following that incompletion. And they'll be punting from 4 yards deep in the end zone. We'll see if Coach Ben sends out Darius or Walden or who makes their way out there to return this one. But Cats should have it again in tremendous, tremendous territory, barring anything unforeseen. Darius Washington is out deep to receive. Jason Mendoza is there. Kick is away. It's high and it's short. D-Dub calls for the fair catch. Cats will have it at the 45-yard line, where they will start over on this drive. 14:02 remaining in this one. Surprise Arizona, and the surprise was on the home-standing Ottawa Spirit, as it has been all Wildcats from the get-go. Cats would need 31 more points here. They've got to get, but they can't give any up. Even with a big win tonight, we hear it'd be tough. That ball is on the ground, but picked up there and going off to the left side. And look, I don't see a lot of things without my glasses, but I don't see the Cats putting up another 30 in this, because this is not one of those games where it's late where you start taking folks out and putting some subs in or any of that. Datelin Cunningham to the 45-yard line, no gain. He is tackled by Corey Floyd from Ottawa. Don't think the Cats won't be trying to get it. 31 more, so 72-13 would be the magic number. That would get you to an outright conference championship. Cats dominating tonight in this one will likely set up a three-way logjam should things stay the same. Handoff goes up the middle, banging around, busting off, getting to the outside, still on his feet. Datelin's got 9 yards out to the 36-yard line. Be 3rd down and 1, just shy of the goal line. And look, let me tell you, none of that matters to Coach Ben and those guys. What matters to Coach Ben, unless it got to needing a touchdown late, but running some clock off and coming out and getting a dominant win here and finishing this thing. That's been their motto, just finish. And that's what they're trying to do here. Cunningham, fresh legs, because Joe has went the bulk of the way in this one. Cats running down a lot of clock too, so not worried about anything really. 3rd down and 1. Handoff goes to Datelin. Datelin off to the left side, continues to bang around. He's got 2 yards on another Wildcat 1st down. Floyd and Charles Jackson in on the tackle there. This thing, 11 o'clock back home, if you guys are listening. And we had one watching from South Carolina, so you've already reached midnight back there. We appreciate you hanging around and watching what has been the Wildcats' best performance of the season, the last couple of years for sure. They're beating up on a really good Ottawa team tonight. 1st down and 10. Cats have it from the 34-yard line following that 2-yard plunge. Handoff once again off the left side, continuing to turn his legs is Datelin. And a clock stoppage there. I don't know if I see another flag on there. 11:38 and counting, 41-13. Cats lead this one. Face mask defense, so that will give the Cats another 1st down. And look, the penalty yards are just stacking up. And that's what we told you. That was one of the things that we wanted to make sure that that the Cats controlled in the second half, and they have done just that. Penalties, they had 10 for 100 at halftime, did the Cats. They've got 3 for 30. 16 penalties, 156 yards. 156 yards and 16 penalties for Ottawa. Handoff there, stutter stepping, getting back just into the line of scrimmage. No gain there, and they'll be unpiling things again. Cats are inside the red zone down to the 17-yard line. 1st down and 10. Correction, 2nd down now and 10. 11:08 to go here in this ball game. 2nd down and 10. Cats content to just grind the clock and take some time off of it. Boy, what a tremendous game plan. What a tremendous effort by everyone involved in this. Goodness gracious. Snap is back. Perkins play action. He's rolling. He's just going to throw this one out of the back of the end zone. And with good cause. That will stop the clock momentarily. Intended for EJ. LeBaron Kennedy was back in coverage. 10:27 to go in this one. 3rd down and 10. Statement win for the Wildcats, indeed, if they can hang on for this final 10-27. And look, anything can happen in football. I know that. But Cats in control of this one. Snap is back. It'll go in a handoff just up the middle to Dateland, and they're grinding away in what will set up a 35-yard field goal attempt, we believe. Dateland with 2 yards down to the 15-yard line. So 32-yard. Yeah, 32-yard attempt coming off of the foot of Levi Hilburn, looking to make it 44-13. It's a 28-point lead right now. 9:50 to go on the clock. Snap is back. Kick is up, and it is no good, off to the left. And so back-to-back kicks missed by that. That was an 8-play, 30-yard drive for the Wildcats, but it took off 4 minutes and 21 seconds off of the clock here. Still a 4-score lead for LCU. And Ottawa will have the ball with 9:37 to go. And again, point differential's fun to talk about. That's great. Cats didn't take care of business out of Texas Wesleyan, but it's a different Cats team today, and they are taking care of business tonight. That one got out of hand and steamrolled. That's the big point differential problem that the Cats are facing. Boy, under normal circumstances, you'd have liked the way this score is right now. But the Cats are 9:37 away from a 3-way tie atop the Sooner Athletic Conference. Back to pass is Roman. Ball tipped in the air and diving towards it is BJ, but he's not going to have it. It falls short there. Bring up 2nd down and 10. And Kylan was standing next to him, and he said, man, look, I didn't see it or I'd have got it. Marcus Reese was the intended receiver. Cats 2nd down and 10. Defense out there against Ottawa. Back to pass. Here comes pressure up the middle. Jonathan Moore-Leday making things happen. He goes in there and gets him another one. Moore-Leday is having himself a game, folks, against this highly talented. There is something special brewing in up on the hill in Pineville at Louisiana Christian University. Look, I'm telling you, if this is a special place. 4-7 a year ago. We'll go to 7-4 and a tie for the lead. That's 2 out of the last 3 years now that they will have tied for the conference championship. Here's pressure again, and there's a sack again. We'll get the number on that. Marcus Hampton goes in there. So it is just pressure after pressure after pressure. 8:47 and counting. This one winding down. The Cats in complete control of this one. Complete control, I tell you. A lot of folks still on board watching us. If you get a minute, hop on over there and smash that like button for us. Let's get that thing up to about 50 or 60 likes on there on our YouTube side of it. High punt is there. Fair catch is called for. And I think I would fair catch it every single time. It is called for and made by D-Dub. And the Cats will start at the Ottawa 43. They have been on the Ottawa field, on the Ottawa side of the field, more than Ottawa has in their goal line drills during practice during the week. This has been complete domination by the Wildcats tonight. And look, the offense has been sparkling, but 5 interceptions tonight defensively, countless sacks, and I'll try to get some of those numbers on their team stats. Let's see if we can pull up what it is. Trying to find where they have that for us. We'll get some leaders here momentarily. Handoff off the right side, carried for a gain of 5 or 6. Kendall Rowan has 1, Jonathan Moore-Leday, Marcus Hampton. There are a number of sacks. Cats have a bunch of them tonight. Cats have put up 7 in the first, 7 in the second, 21 in the third, and 6 here in the fourth. looking to continue adding on to this one. That was Jatarius Johnson. It goes 2 yards. And the Cats now just running some clock. They're trying to get out of this ball game with the lead. They're not chasing points. They're not chasing anything other than that flight back home sometime in the morning. I think 9:30, 9:45 or whatever it is. So the Cats will make a long trip back. We'll keep you posted when the buses return. It'd be a good idea to be out there. They fly into New Orleans, and then we'll make the trip back here. Had a big send-off when they left. It'd be great to get a lot of folks out there to meet the bus when it's coming back and welcome back this hard-charging, hard-fighting LCU Wildcat football team. Yeah, that'd be a good time to be out there. Off to the left side, that is a first down for the Wildcats. Johnson has that one. Fred Massey on the tackle. 5-yard gain for Joe, and it'll be first down and 10. Cats continue to move the chains, but more importantly, just wind the clock. Wind the clock, wind the clock. Cats are going to clinch a share. Three-way share of the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship. And look, nobody around the country gave LCU a chance except you folks that bleed the orange and blue. You've done it. A lot of fun here tonight. Started off big time for the Cats as they went up 14-0 really quick. After this one, we will get some stats for you and all of that before we get out for the evening. But man, what a night it has been. 6:39 and counting. Cats lead at 41-13. 6:30 and 6:29 now. Perkins looking over, and they don't snap that thing before there's about 10 seconds or so on the play clock. Perkins now back to pass. He's going for the home run. He's going to Trace Williams. In and out of the hands. Boy, Trace had a shot at it right there, and that's going to be incomplete. Braden Faber was back in coverage on that one. So following this one, Texas Wesleyan will be at 7-1 in conference play. Ottawa will be at 7-1 in conference play. And your LCU Wildcats will be at 7-1 in conference play. What a ball game. Handoff off the right side, making a man miss. There goes Joe spinning around, hits the circle button. 20 now, 15. Joe to the 10 inside, continues to grind those legs, and what a big-time run by Jatarius Johnson. Joe making things happen down inside the red zone, inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Cats will hurry to the line. That was 19 yards officially on that one. Johnson still flanked off to the right. Or correction, Datelin Cunningham is in there now. Cunningham down to the 6, 5, 3. Yeah, we forgot the 4, but he crossed that one too. They will mark him at the 1, give him 7 yards on that carry from the 8. Ball is marked at the 1-yard line. 5:04 remaining. Cats trying to add another one on. Cunningham will stay out there at the running back position. Joe has done a great job of getting the Cats down here. Datelin Cunningham flanked off to the right side of Perkins. Cunningham's got it, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Won't get into the end zone. Powell pushes him back a little, but it doesn't matter. It will be 2nd down and goal. 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard correction. 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line 4:19 on the clock. Datelin Cunningham now to the left side of Bryce. He pushes Bryce over a little bit. Direct snap goes to Datelin. Datelin, boy, it's close. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Datelin Cunningham. Touchdown, Wildcats. 47-13 now. Cats hammering the Spirit on the road. I have to look back. I don't know. And this returns, look, the Cats got beat pretty bad last year by Ottawa back at LC. That was 70-14 in that game. And LCU erasing all memories of that. Levi Hilborn on for this. Kick is up, and it is good. Cats 48, Ottawa 13 when we come back. Getting set for the kickoff, 3:55 to go. Cats back in plus territory now when it comes to points differential. And just for those of you scoring at home, Cats need 25 more points for that magic marker before. Did I say magic marker? I did. It's late tonight in the final 3:55. And, boy, who would have thought? Cats are +2 in the point differential. That moves them ahead of Ottawa in this. Texas Wesleyan still way out in front. Cats came into tonight -33 in the point differential. Texas Wesleyan was at +26. That was a 59-point difference on here. LCU is now at +2. Snap is back now, rolling to the near side. So we need that one in and out of the hands. We need 3 more pick sixes, 2-point conversions, a field goal, a partridge in a pear tree, and the Cats can do it. 48-13. They lead it by 35 in this one. And you might imagine we're getting a little delirious up here calling this one, but we'll sleep. We'll sleep after the game. Guys, I'll tell you, keep an eye out for our Facebook page and Twitter page, and we'll let you know when the Cats are expected to roll into Pineville and the campus, and they need everybody out there. That pass is over the middle, in and out of the hands, and incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. The Cats have dominated in the desert. It is really one of those games tonight that they have went and really impressed. 135 points or so, 127 points in the last 2 games combined, have given up 19. Goodness gracious. Chasing around and good pressure defensively, slips out of that one. But we'll just get back to the line of scrimmages. Josh Roman. Actually, they got Connor Malt back into the game. And clock rolls at 3:27. Saw one of the comments. Party in Pine Vegas. Indeed. Indeed it will be. Cats go from 4-7 a year ago, finishing 7-1 in conference play this season, and will grab a share of the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship. My goodness, what a game it has been. What a season. Going over the top. And look, Ottawa may be playing themselves out at-large playoff bid themselves, because they're going to end up finishing third in the tiebreaker after all of these two. You're saying there's a chance. They'll still want to keep an eye on that selection when it comes around. And yes, I know it is going to be incredibly difficult to get there. But, man, all you need is a chip and a chair, they say. Just need a chance. Cats drive following that fourth down incompletion there. Cats will have it first down and 10 from the 29-yard line. 2:45 to go. Cats need 25 points. I know. We're just keeping you up on the total of it is all that we're doing. But the Cats will get a share of the title. Thank you, everybody that is added. If you're still on with us, and there are about 80 of you still around, we appreciate you staying late into the night for this one. I don't think we'll roll over into Sunday morning before we get out of here on this one, but certainly going to be close to it, but that's all right. Cats look like they've made a change. Phillip Jones is in there at quarterback. So Bryce Perkins' night is done. Tyrese Mosby has it for 3 yards. So the Cats have pulled up in this one with 2:34 and counting. Time to get those ring sizings going on. Looks like a conference championship is in the books for the Wildcats. Handoff up the middle. Mosby's got it again. And that should get us down to the 2-minute timeout. The Cats are not going to snap the football again. That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll hop on over after we get back from the timeout and look at some of the YouTube chat and talk about that. When we come back, Cats big in this one all over Ottawa. They're going to claim a share of the conference championship in just 2 minutes. Getting back here to Ottawa. Ottawa University of Arizona. 48-13, Cats lead it. Cats are going to finish the regular season at 8-3, 7-1 in Sooner Athletic Conference play. They were 4-7 a season ago. So, look, you're going to have so many people that are up for coach or for Player of the Year in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Kylan Polk is that dude. I don't think there's ever been a better turnaround than what they've seen from year 1 to year 2 with Coach McLaughlin and that crew. And if he's not your coach of the year, then I don't know who should be. But they'll sort all of that stuff out. We're not concerned about that. We're concerned about safe travels back to Pineville here early in the morning. Handoff there off to the left side. And another first down for the Wildcats. That is first down and 10, minute 47 to go in this one. And I think you're okay with running out the streak. Phillip Jones there, quick pass. Trying to make a man miss and does on the outside. Going to be driven out of bounds. That is complete to D-Dub for 7 yards down to the 10-yard line. And Cats are going to have, that's a 9-yard gain. Let's see what they give him. They give him 7 on it. So 2nd down and 3. Mosby is going to get the ball up the middle. Only a yard there, minute 25 and counting. He comes out of the pack, but the whistle was blown for progress. Minute 20 and counting. Cats, boy, they'd like to cap this off and get over the 50 mark against Ottawa here. You got a guy like PJ that's back there and Mosby. You can't tell these guys to quit playing. Minute 25 is where the clock is stopped. Need to get a yard here. 3rd down and 2. James Owens now in there at running back. Owens gets the ball off the left side, cuts back to the inside, has the 1st down and a whole lot more inside the 5 to the 4 before forward progress stops him. He'll get down to the 4-yard line, does James Owens. Minute 15 on the clock. They stop the chains momentarily, but the Wildcats will have another 1st and goal. Roll the clock there, minute 13 and 12. 1st and goal Wildcats, and go on in there and get you another one, guys. Owens still in there at running back. Riley Pierce was credited for that last tackle if you're keeping track of anything. James Owens flanks to the left side of Jones, heading to the right side. He's going to cut back and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock stops. Just helmet came off, so they'll stop the clock momentarily to let you know that 77 has to come off of the field. Colin Polk show again tonight. 4 interceptions, 1 pick 6. Cats add another scoop and score in this. Thought they had one on the kickoff return on that onside kick, but 47 seconds. Cats rolling it down. Haven't started the play clock yet, so 48 seconds. 25 is what they push it back to, so the Cats do have to snap it one more time. Well, now they don't. They've changed the play clock. They've changed the game clock to 38 seconds and 39, and that's going to probably do it. I don't know that the Cats will snap it again. They do. Handoff up the middle. Getting down just inside the 1-yard line. And 21 seconds again, the Cats are going to come off. The ball is going to... The Cats wanted to call timeout and score again, but Coach Ben's not going to do it. 13 and 12. And that's going to be your ball game. Cats will finish at 8-3 on the season. 7-1 in Sooner Athletic Conference play. And the Cats are going crazy. It was domination in the desert tonight. They took care of the 11th ranked Spirit of Ottawa. And they'll come out and shake hands after this one is over. And, boy, the body language is so much different on there. Let's go back and look at some of the stats if we can, just to give you an idea on the complete domination of this. Cats, 267 yards on the night, so not a big night there, but it was short touchdown. They were playing on the side of Ottawa the entire night on there. 16 penalties, 156 yards. Cats had it 31 minutes in the game to the 29 minutes of Ottawa on there. 53 rushing attempts. Cats came out and established the run and did what they wanted to do in this one. Wildcats win, Wildcats win, Wildcats win. And now the long trek back. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page. You keep an eye out on the group chats and Twitters and things like that for when that bus rolls back in from New Orleans, and make sure that you get out there and celebrate your Sooner Athletic Conference co-champions. It feels good to say. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. We'll sit around and wait and see if the Cats have another one. If they make it into the playoffs or not, we shall see. It's going to be a tough ride. Definitely is. The odds are stacked against them, but they have fought those odds all season long. Biggest turnaround in a long time. That will do it. Wildcats win. For all of those that made this possible, getting this game back to you, for those of you that tuned in Facebook and in YouTube world, I thank you for that. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.